everyone, and welcome to It's Your Money. I'm Joanne Morgano, and I'm joined by my co-host, Martin Saltzman. As usual, we have a great show for you today. We have Regina Katie Risciuto, and she has an amazing online digital tool for real estate. So we'll get into that more, but we have some major talks today about the market and the election.
Yeah, we do, Joanne. So great always to be with you. And
Thank you.
Last night was a very, very big night for America, regardless of what party you might be with. Obviously better if you have the winning candidate.
Right.
But with this election, there's a number of things that are going to occur. Trump, of course, has won, and not just won the college vote, but he's won now the popular vote. And it means a lot. It's more of a mandate, actually, and it can affect a lot of things, okay? Rules, regulations, and cabinet selections and things of that sort.
Yes.
So it's possible all three branches of government may be red.
Right. So usually markets like divided governments.
Yes.
Correct? So that is, that I don't think is going to come into play. I think that hopefully he has a better term than he did the last time because it was a divided government. I think that the importance is to have a little less regulation. I think that's going to help with the inflation, with energy. Energy has been the bane which has been driving inflation up. It is not, as Ms. Harris said, it's not because of price gouging. I read a statistic that supermarkets make like a 2%, a margin on their goods. It is really the cost of transporting items and bringing them here. So energy, hopefully, will, getting that under control will bring us back to where we need to be.
Without a doubt, and Joanne hits on a great point. Everything is transported to market. Everything is made with oil, and now we have the baby drill situation, and we'll probably have the Keystone Pipeline will be revisited now, and it's no doubt in my mind that I think oil prices will likely go lower, albeit if some of the global tensions.
Yeah, I mean that's another area of concern. So I mean, I'm hoping that both parties can embrace each other and they can work together better and just move forward for the American people.
Every time there's an election, there's always that hope. But in a real world, it doesn't seem to happen.
Yeah.
Let's hope that they do it, this time. And we do things for the benefit of all Americans. So other things here are industries, that can be affected. Like, for instance, today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average rallied up 1,400 points in the pre-market. And a lot of that was led by technology. It was led by banking and financials, because there's a feeling, like you said, rules and regulations are going to be tapered back, perhaps.
Yeah.
Defense-minded companies would likely see a rise because of what we're seeing out with all the tensions in the world. So that's the election story. It's hard to say it's now in the rearview mirror because they're still counting, and we don't know where the House is going to go right now.
Right.
But I wanted to move on to the Federal Reserve.
Right.
Because
tomorrow.
Today they meet.
Today, that's right.
And tomorrow, and tomorrow they actually come out with a statement and a reaction. Most are feeling that a 25 basis point cut is in the works. The irony is the 10-year Treasury yields are up, despite the fact the Fed is now lowering rates after raising rates. What do you feel about that?
It's an anomaly. So I mean, I feel like they are going to cut, but the first cut that they did last month, we weren't expecting 50 basis points.
Not at all.
So I think that it's just the dynamic, and I don't know. We have to wait and see.
Yeah, and there's a lot of talk about, will inflation again be back and rear its ugly head based on spending that another administration might do? But there's also going to be a lot of cutbacks too. So we'll have to look at that as we get into the new year and as everybody takes their place. Lastly, IRA funding. We're in the month of November, okay? So a lot of people put this stuff off.
Right.
And you have time to fund your IRA. If you fund your IRA before December 31st, you can then go and fund it again in the new year.
Right.
So, you have a chance to put $7,000 in now and $7,000 in next year. And if you're over the age of 50, there's the catch-up provision, so you could actually add another 1,000, right? So I know that's important to you. Savings, of course, investing long term.
Retirement is really important to people and to prepare for it. So,
Absolutely.
And then depending on how you fund your IRA,
Yeah.
is important.
Yeah, and you do have till a tax filing deadline, I should
Right,
say
in
that,
April, yes.
to make your final deposit. But
Right.
we just want to make sure that, our viewers are aware of it. And if you haven't done so, you may want to consider that. Of course, speak to an advisor and let them guide you as to what you should even invest in with the money based on your age, your marital status, your health, your risk tolerances, things of that sort. So, I know we want to get to our very special
We
guest.
do want to
right?
get to our guests.
Enough of us
and,
chatter.
Yeah,
or chatter.
I mean, Roth IRAs,
I know.
they're different. We could do a different show on that.
Yeah, well, every once in a while on It's Your Money, we're fortunate to have a guest who's different, okay? And Regina Katie Risciuto is an entrepreneur, but I would also consider her somewhat of a pioneer because she's engaging in something that anybody looking to buy a piece of property commercially or residentially may want to take advantage of something that she created. And I'm not going to say everything about it, but her company is called Mapmax. She's got 25 years in the commercial real estate end. She's worked with Fortune 500 companies from the CVS's of the world, the Blockbusters, I believe, of the world. I can't name them all, but we're just fortunate to have her on the set today. So the CEO of Mapmax is here, Regina Katie Risciuto. It's a mouthful. We got that out. Well, welcome to the set.
Yeah, thank you
so
for
much.
joining us.
Great to
And
be
just
here.
tell us
Yeah.
a few little tidbits, before Joanne hits you up with a question.
Well, as you said, I've had my career in commercial real estate for many years, more than 25, and that career entailed going and selecting locations for Fortune 500 corporations. So I would go and I'd scout out new locations for a given concept. And this work started in Manhattan, went on to the 5 boroughs of New York City. Then I traveled throughout the United States and eventually into global work. And I noticed through my training and experience that there's a definite methodology. One in that the corporations for whom I work train their representatives very well to select locations. It's not a hit or miss kind of operation. And also that the methodology was really consistent throughout the world. And that was kind of startling to me. There are a lot of differences as you travel globally. But the methodology in selecting a good commercial retail site was strikingly similar. And I was also struck as I traveled and analyzed different areas of exploration that a lot of entrepreneurs and mom and pop small businesses obviously hadn't employed the same methodology that the large corporations use. And I think it's because a lot of entrepreneurs are expert in their product or their service. They might hire a good management team or even study, managerial practices and their software to help, but they're not trained in commercial real estate. They're not trained in how to select a good location. And obviously you need 3. You need all 3. You need a good concept, you need the right product at the right price point, you need a good management team, and you need a good location to operate a retail store. So that's how it started.
Excellent.
So it's unique. So
It
tell
is.
us a little bit about some of the features of Mapmax.
Thank you.
yeah.
It is unique. I've never seen anything like it, and I wanted to add that the methodology came from actually traveling the country and the world, going to towns, going to cities, pounding the pavement, as they say, driving around and getting to know and talk to the people in each community. And community is key.
Right.
A retail store will basically depend on the customer base of the surrounding community
Right.
for their livelihood. I mean, other people may come and go, but the gist of it is within that community. And it's, again, the same all over the world. And I decided that the analysis of that was really important, really important for entrepreneurs. And so, you know, that's the gist of how it all came to be. I wanted to digitize it, I wanted to make it available, and I wanted to give entrepreneurs in particular an opportunity for this kind of information.
That's great. That's great. So how do you market to your entrepreneurs, potential entrepreneurs?
Well,
How do they find out about you? I know you have a website and all that,
Yes.
but if you're just new into being an entrepreneur and you're selecting a location, how would they know to come to you?
That's a great question.
Aside
and, you
from
know,
looking at our
and
wonderful
I
show.
thank you. It's your money. Here we are.
Yeah.
We're new. I mean, the concept of the company has been in formation for quite a while. I mean, I've been thinking about it for quite a while. And in terms of marketing, we've done some outreach, whether it be social media, on Google, on Zillow. But the company's really new in terms of the launch. We've been collecting information for quite some time, and not with AI, by going to different areas and actually understanding the areas and what people want and people need.
So let me ask you this
Sure.
then, because it says, you know, you're talking about different areas and that. What territories are you actually in?
Right.
Right.
Good question. We are currently in all the boroughs of New York City.
Okay.
We are in Long Island, and we are in the entire state of New Jersey. So that's millions and millions of locations.
Right.
And with that said, it is scalable. It can be scaled to the country and indeed the world in terms of the information. And might I tell your viewers just a little bit about the information that they'll actually find?
Right, right. So that's part of the features. So yeah,
Yes,
tell us a little bit more about
absolutely.
the features and why it's beneficial to them.
Yes.
Okay.
So, again, the community is beneficial.
Can you do this for me, though, as
Sure.
you're doing this? Let's use it in an example so that our viewers could understand.
Yeah, that's a good
So
point.
for instance, let's say that I am coming to you as a commercial business operator. I'm opening up a GBS, not a CVS. I'm opening a GBS because I don't want to use another company's name. And I want to open up a health type of company like a CVS or a Walgreens. How do I use Mapmax, explain those features that I might be able to take advantage of that way?
Right, okay. Well, the features are, one, when you go to Mapmax.online, you go to a landing page. And on that landing page, there's a field where you can type in any location in New York City, Long Island, or New Jersey. And then you get a scroll. You select from the scroll your address. You're directed to a map page. The map page is really the core of the analytics program. It has satellite images, street views, and it has a map over which there's a gray overlay. So automatically you get zip code information about the zip code in which your location exists. But beyond that, you have a feature which gives you a proprietary algorithm called Retone. Retone overlays on the map the community of the real estate location.
Okay.
And within that community, you have intricate demographic breakdown.
Okay.
So you have all sorts of characteristics. For example, if you wanted to open up a health concept, you'd probably look for a more mature elderly population. You'd look for babies if you were selling baby products. And
Right.
actually for, you know, something like GBS, it's everybody. So you look for sheer density within that community. Beyond that, you would want to know your competitive landscape. And
Right.
it's true.
Always important to know the competition.
Yes. Not just for health, but let's say a restaurant. Let's say a lot of entrepreneurs want to open their own restaurant. You'd want to see what are the other restaurants in the immediate vicinity, okay?
So wouldn't you say, Regina, Much like most corporations, they tend to look at demographics, like you're saying, are available on your site. Do you also have things like trade area analysis or traffic flow patterns and things of that sort? Because these are all very important things too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we have, again, the competitive landscape. You also have generating businesses, right?
Right.
You also have modes of transportation that are covered within the Raton area, whether it be driving when you're in the suburbs or if you're in New York City and you wanted to check on a subway station, which is a mode of transportation in Brooklyn, Queens, New York, and the Bronx, not Staten Island, but you'd want to be by a turnstile count of a lot of people. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you want to open a coffee shop.
Okay.
Well, you're thinking of opening a coffee shop in New York City. You want to analyze what other coffee shops are in the area.
Right.
What are your demographics? You also want to put as a point of interest subways. And you'll get the 4 closest subways within your Raton, within your community, to your particular location. From that, you can check the turnstile counts. These are pedestrian counts. If you have
Wow.
a very high turnstile count,
Right.
and you're positioned by, let's say, 500,000 to 1 million people exiting a subway station, and
So
you're
you
on the
can
right
get
side.
all that data of all those
Absolutely.
people that push out of those turnstiles.
Absolutely.
That's
So
pretty
We're
fascinating.
going to sell a lot of coffee.
I got to hold you right here because we've got to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Big Flamingo Insurance, what do you want?
Yeah, can we get the auto insurance policy?
Anything else?
Can we add an extra driver?
Number form combo, your premium comes with pickup spot 2.
Okay.
When it comes to insurance, you don't have to sacrifice service to save.
Wait, this isn't even the right policy.
Upgrade to NJM and get the 5-star customer service you deserve with discounts you'll love.
Excuse me, Mr. Rollerbird?
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM. Get a quote today.
You can be confident choosing Farmers Insurance. There's no need to knock on wood.
Perfect.
This is an unnatural amount of natural light.
Thank you.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I want that personal price plan. So how's this for personal? I draw mustaches on players' faces when they're asleep.
Coach Reed, you don't need to get that personal to get the State Farm personal price plan. It helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Oh.
Coach, it happened again.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Call or click to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
She found it. The feeling of finding the psoriasis treatment she's been looking for. Sotyktu is the first of its kind once daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis for the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding that outfit psoriasis tried to hide from you, or finding your swimsuit is ready for prime time. Dad! Once daily Sotyktu is proven to get more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotyktu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotyktu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, and changes in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotyktu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known if Sotyktu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors. Find what plaque psoriasis has been hiding. Ask your dermatologist about Sotyktu for clearer skin. So clearly you. Sotyktu.
Hi, my name is Dave, and I am Metro.
Hi, I'm Andrea. I am Metro.
Hi, my name is Josh, and I am Metro.
Hi, I'm George. I am Metro.
Hi, my name is
Joe, and I am Metro.
Hi, I'm Mark, and I'm Metro. Hello, my name is Seven, and I am Metro.
My name is Chris, and I am Metro.
I am Michael Barretto, President and Founder of Metropolis Passenger Logistics, and we are Metro.
Big Flamingo Insurance, what do you want?
Yeah, can we get the auto insurance policy?
Anything else?
Can we add an extra driver?
Number 4 combo. Your premium comes with pickup spot 2.
Okay.
When it comes to insurance, you don't have to sacrifice service to save.
Wait, this isn't even the right policy.
Upgrade to NJM and get the 5-star customer service you deserve with discounts you'll love.
Excuse me, Mr. Rollerbird?
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM. Get a quote today.
You can be confident choosing Farmers Insurance. There's no need to knock on wood.
Perfect.
This is an unnatural amount of natural light.
Thank you.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I want that personal price plan. So how's this for personal? I draw mustaches on players' faces when they're asleep.
Coach Reed, you don't need to get that personal to get the State Farm personal price plan. It helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Oh.
Coach, it happened again.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Call or click to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, we're back with a very special guest, Regina Katie Risciuto, and we're talking about her unique product called Mapmax. So Regina, we went through a lot and it's really amazing. So I guess the question I have is like, how much does it cost for someone to use your services, your tool?
It's free.
It's
That's
free.
right. It's
Wow.
your money. It's free.
She's a philanthropist.
I'd like to do good. I'd also like to do well. I'll be very honest.
Sure.
But I'd like to help entrepreneurs get started. And I think this could be a great tool for entrepreneurs. And I want to add, it's not only for entrepreneurs. It was designed for entrepreneurs, and they're the main focus of the site. However, when the global pandemic came, and I saw people making a mass exodus of cities, going into more rural and more suburban areas. They couldn't physically get to those areas to investigate them. And I realized there was a secondary use and need for Mapmax. And that is that if people are thinking of moving, buying a new home, renting an apartment, or even just traveling somewhere, it gives them an opportunity. Mapmax gives them an opportunity to get to see the community into which they plan to go before they do a physical inspection.
So, you know, your background obviously was heavy commercial and assisting and aiding businesses to find good locations.
Right.
Can you talk to us a bit about the residential side? Because, you know, there's so many people still looking for homes. Home prices are very high right now. And, you know, so how does a homeowner log in or tap into Mapmax and maybe decide where they should relocate from where they're living now? Or coming out of the New York City to come to a suburb, you know, like you say.
Right.
And would they work with a broker in tandem, or would they just get that information and do it themselves? Where do you see the product working together with brokers too?
Great questions.
Yeah.
Well, certainly brokers are vital, and they can help enormously, a good broker. So Mapmax is not a broker. Mapmax is an informational analytical tool. If somebody wanted to move, whether it be a resident, as you point out, or if somebody's thinking of opening a small business, they type in a location in question. And you can type in as many locations as you want. And you can, you know, there's no limit. And it's available anytime, anywhere through Mapmax.online. Type in a location, click from the scroll, get to see the neighborhood, get to see what's around the neighborhood, where are the restaurants, where are the needed services like doctors, hospitals, veterinarians, childcare, you know, you name it.
What about things like schools? You know, like I'm living in Brooklyn. Oh, did you say that? I'm living in Brooklyn and I want to move out to the suburbs.
Right.
I want my kids to go to a good school system. Would you actually have that kind of information?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
All right,
Yeah,
so you put in
everything
an
about
area code, right? You put in a zip code.
Zip
code. You put in a zip code.
Or an address.
An address, okay. How far does that go? Like,
oh, that's a great question.
You know.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm glad you brought that up, actually, because, so you type in an address, and you get demographic information about the zip code.
Right.
You can click on the return, which is the community. Now, your particular proposed location, whether it be a home or a business, it may be on the outskirts, right, of your
Right.
zip code, you may actually find your trade zone and your, closest needs in the next town. It might not be in your zip code. So you get the community, and the community varies, all right? It's very different in Manhattan when you have a population that walks, and you might walk on an average of 5 blocks for all your daily needs, your supermarket, your banking, your hairdresser, whatever it may be. Maybe it'll be 10 blocks for something that you go to once in a while. When you go to the suburbs, it's very different. You're driving. And you're going to do a compilation of distance and time. So it's not just distance, right? It's not like you can just drive, okay, I'll go 10 miles. It depends on how long that takes, right? Depending on where you are. So these retail trade zones for business and communities for residents are delineated in static rings for each particular location, and they change depending on how tight your community is. And whether it's a resident or a business, it's delineated very clearly with transportation, schools, hospitals, everything. It's everything.
Wow.
We're living in a time right now where real estate prices are so elevated, and I wonder if Mapmax can help a family or a husband and wife say, you know what, gosh, the value of our real estate in North Jersey is so high right now, but we don't want to be that far from New York City, but we also wouldn't mind being too far away from Philadelphia.
Right.
Maybe it can help me find price points in central New Jersey so I could be close to both big cities.
Absolutely.
And it can do that.
Yes.
It can show the price points.
Well,
or
it
it's
doesn't
not
show the
It-
price
it can
points because, again,
zone
that's
in
the
on the
physical
community,
structure,
right.
Square footage, the price, and all the characteristics. But it shows you the community with
that
the
might be
surrounding
desired.
area
That
of
might be
where your
desirable
location
for you.
is for your
Right.
desired price point.
So let me ask you a question. This is brand new. It's
Yeah.
very unique, very exciting. What does the future look like for Mapmax?
well, we have a
because
lot
I want to
of
live in
plans.
France. I want to live in Paris for when I retire. So I would
well,
love
you're on your
this
way.
tool there.
You're on your way.
So,
So you go to Mapmax.online, and there are tutorials there. And in addition to the map page with all the analytics, there is also a commercial and a residential review. And that will walk you through exactly what you need to look for. The basic checklist, sometimes other considerations that people not have on the forefront of their mind when they have so much going on, whether it's new
Right.
business or a new home. Or even traveling, right? A lot of details. So you have tutorials about how to use everything. You have a residential and a commercial review. You have who we are, our mission, our history and intent, basically everything you could possibly want to know, and our contact information. So any questions, my phone number's there, my email's there. I welcome feedback. And
Yeah, and I'd like to just say,
Future.
I was fortunate enough before meeting with Regina to have viewed that. I believe it was like about a 3 or 4 minute video, and I'll tell you, it really helped me understand Mapmax very well. But look, we really don't have much time left, so can you give our viewers your web address or your website and your phone number? This way, if somebody wants to reach out to you, they can.
Right. So it's Mapmax.online is the website. The phone number is 646-656-5806, and I can be reached at mapmax360@gmail.com.
Look, if you are very interested in this concept and product, you can always reach out to myself or Joanne, and we'll put you in touch with Regina. But Regina, I want to tell you, you did a great job.
You did.
It's a mouthful,
It
but
was-
I think it's tremendous,
Thank you.
We wish
Thank
you a
so
lot
much.
of good luck, too.
Yes, keep us all posted with that.
I
okay?
will, and thank you for having me, and thank you for creating the show, because it's very informative to viewers, and I've really enjoyed watching the other episodes, and it's been a real pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Good job, great job.
Thank you. So for us, we will see you next time on It's Your Money with Joanne and Martin.